go. Let's go, baby. Here we are. Let's go. Woo-hoo. Another episode. Episode 4 of Make the Right Play. Shout out your Bowie. You just saw on the camera that beautiful face, your Bowie. Yeah, let's go, baby. Our man in the background. Hey, helping us out, making us look professional and sound wonderful. We can't thank him enough. Shout out your Bowie Media. He is the man. I'm right here. We got the coach. And coach, we're in some new digs here. New studio.
It looks so beautiful. We're moving on up.
I know, we're moving on up. Beautiful new studio. Thank you again, your Bowie, for letting us be here and do the podcast with you. We can't thank you enough, like I said. And here we go. Hi, what's going on? I see you, Kat. Thank you so much for being here. Gabe, shout out, Gabe. Stay home, stay safe. Such an ass. Let's Dad, thank you so much for being here. And thank you, everybody, so much for joining us for another week. Coach, what's going on, baby? What's going on? We're here. Let's go.
Well, it has been a very busy week.
It sure has.
So I went to Connecticut.
It's out. She was in Connecticut. She was there.
I was there very quickly for a quick visit because it was Henry's birthday.
Okay.
So I wanted to go celebrate Henry. Because, I've known him since he's, little, played with you in pre-K.
You did.
So I wanted to see Christiane, and so it was great.
Okay.
I have to say, though.
All right.
When we lived in Branford, it was very liberal, like everywhere you went. Now, I didn't see one Harris sign.
Yep.
I didn't see one Kamala bumper sticker. I saw Trump. I saw Trump flags. I saw Trump this, Trump that. I was shocked.
In Branford, Connecticut.
In Branford, Connecticut. And I even said to Christiane, I don't even know if I should. I said to Christiane, sorry, Christiane.
What did you say? You're outed her already.
I said, what's going on, man? There are flags everywhere. I don't see any Harris signs. What's going on? And she said, I don't even see a bumper sticker.
Wow.
And I was like, wow, things are changing.
Things are changing. Definitely still going blue.
But I have to say, I was really surprised at all the Trump support in Branford now.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, listen, there was always Trump support, though. I mean, remember the guy next to Coastal Liquor with the big sign?
He takes up the whole street now.
He's got a little bit of like an army over there with all those signs. He's always active.
It was really incredible. So, I mean, I was there one day, then I went to the Bronx.
Yep, okay.
I picked up Gabe, and then I went to the Bronx, and I really thought I was going to see Judge hit a home run.
Oh, you went to the Yankee game against the Cardinals.
Of course.
Yep,
well,
okay.
Why else would I be in the Bronx?
Yeah.
Of course, it's to see the Yankees.
Yep.
Do you know that the freaking mustache hits 2 home runs? The Judge goes 0 for 3.
The mustache.
The mustache.
Austin Wells.
Austin Wells.
Shout out Austin Wells, big rookie.
My gosh, he has a mustache. What is with the mustache?
Mustache is back. No, it's back. Jake Judd's got quite the stash.
Really?
Yeah, he's got quite the stash. Shout out Jake Judd. If you're watching,
you do
have quite the stash that you rock. Will rocks the stash too.
Really?
Yeah, he's got a little bit of a goatee, actually.
Well, I mean, the goatee and the stash I could see, but just like that one porn mustache.
The porno stash?
And you know what's so funny? Because there was a guy when we were at the awards ceremony.
Yep.
He had a mustache, and I had a few after the, things didn't work out.
Obviously. Yeah.
But then so I go to my husband, I'm going up to that guy, and I'm ripping his mustache off, just like in the 70s.
Right off his face?
Because I thought it was fake.
Yeah.
And he's like, you're not touching that guy's mustache. I said, I'm telling you, it's a fugazi. There's no way. So I went up. It was a real mustache.
Yeah, how about that?
Yeah.
Did you actually grab it on his face?
I didn't. I got close, and then I started talking to him, and then
you could see that the hair was coming out of his skin?
Yeah, I could kind of see it was a real mustache, so I backed off. Like I said, I'm not going to pull it.
Yeah.
But I have to say, I'm shocked about how, when I saw Austin Wells with that giant mustache.
The stash is back.
The stash is back.
It's big time. It's big time. Chad, I see you guys blowing up. Joe, yo, what's up, dude? I'm the guy in the #1 jersey that sat behind you at the FSU game. Yo, Joe, what's going on, bud? I appreciate you coming in, man.
Yeah,
you're the dude. I appreciate you. Leesan, why didn't you see me? She could see you. She sees you on the screen. I'm just going through the comments. This Connecticut story is sponsored by Chicken Salad Chick. Gabe, get the hell out of here.
What is up with that? Don't be a smart ass the whole show.
Wet Fin Gordo's Cup. Yeah. So we're going to get to it. We have a lot to talk about. We did a little trip to Tallahassee. We're boots on the ground for game day. So we're definitely going to get to that. Hello, you all. Sean Mucci. Sean, appreciate you coming in and hanging out with us today. Presley, Gordo's Cup goes crazy. Yes, it does. So we're going to get to it. We're going to talk about our trip and go through all that. But yeah,
all right. So after
going back to your trip to the Bronx.
Game, everything's great. Go to the party. Fly back 6:00 in the morning.
Yeah,
because I want to make it back to church. And then I deliver communion to the sick.
Yes, you do.
That's my ministry is to the sick. So I have to say one thing that we need to start doing. I really feel is that we need to start incorporating volunteerism again in this country. I feel like enough people don't volunteer.
Giving your time.
And I think that would make make people feel better, don't you?
Yeah, I mean, I would agree. I mean, I love volunteering, but I that's something that I've always enjoyed. You know, from high school doing Special Olympics to, you know, going to, you know, I coached youth hockey with VO back in high school.
Yeah.
So I love volunteering. I've always been a volunteer guy. And then, you know, now I do walk for the poor. I do St. Vincent de Paul, which is the ministry at the church. And we have our big walk for the poor coming up in Pensacola.
You're wearing the shirt.
I'm wearing the shirt. It's on Saturday, September 21st. At 8 a.m. at Catholic High School in Pensacola. So if you're around, please do come out. We will put the link down below to the Eventbrite page so that you could either donate and sign up. And then we'd love for you to just come out and hang out. We're going to have burgers and hot dogs and a DJ. We'll have the McGuire's marching band will be there doing the marching around the track. So there'll be a ton of fun stuff at that event. So we really appreciate it if you guys came out. If not, you can't come out. We would appreciate you donating. All the proceeds go directly to St. Vincent de Paul, where we help people who are struggling with rent. We help with the utilities. We help with making sure that they have food in the house. If they need a couch, if they need beds, you know, that's what we do. So we really get out in the community and make sure that we're helping out and doing that stuff. So we, like I said, Friends of the Poor Walk. We'll have the link down below up to the Eventbrite page. So we'd appreciate you if you came in.
You know, volunteering is such an essential American value.
It is. 100%.
I mean, we need to get back to that. Do you know that the first, Ben Franklin started the first volunteer fire corps, back in the 1700s. We need to get back to volunteering again, because if we start working together as a community, we're going to learn to love each other again. We won't let all this stupid divisiveness get to us.
Yeah,
you know what
we're
I'm
working
saying?
hand in hand, making a difference in the community. I would agree with that.
We really need to get back to it. Also, remember when Charlie Brown was a little depressed, who gave him the best advice?
Lucy,
right? What did she say? Charlie Brown, you need involvement.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, let me tell you, man, you could always look to Charlie Brown and the Peanuts for good advice.
I mean, remember when she had the nickel for the advice and the thing?
Yeah.
So definitely. No, I agree. Where's my plane ticket to visit you guys? I miss you. Yeah, Kat, there's definitely tickets on Avello. It's really cheap. So, yeah, you should definitely take a look at that. Sorry we missed you in Connecticut, Corey. Yeah, I know. It sucks. It was
really fast. It was like one day. It was really a one-day visit.
It was a one day.
Because then I had to come back because Monday we had the FSU game.
Yes.
Oh, my gosh. Was I so excited for that game. I was so excited. We were so excited. We took video. We couldn't wait to see everybody. And then we walk into the stadium.
So going to the FSU game, I mean, I guess we got to touch on it eventually. So let's just do it now.
Let's just do it now, honey.
Let me buckle in. Everybody buckle in, because this is going to be a minute. So, Florida State. Now, I know we did do a lot of video. We have a lot of content for you guys. I'm sorry. I've been trying to edit. I've been up late at night editing. The video is going to come out tomorrow morning. So I'll have it out tomorrow morning. I'm going to finish it editing as soon as the episode's over. It'll be posted on this YouTube page. I'll have the full video. We have a ton of interviews, ton of video of the marching chiefs and the chief with Renegade. Sticking
and
in
the fans.
And the
How
fans.
many cool fans do we meet?
We have a ton of content for you guys. So that will come out. It'll be out tomorrow morning. I'm going to finish it editing it tonight and getting it out. You have my word there. So the FSU game. Now, if people who know me and have talked with me about college football and about just in general, I'm not the biggest Ungangalele fan. DJU.
You were actually pissed when they signed.
I'm not the biggest fan. Now, I've watched him for a long time. I've actually watched him. He went to high school in California. He went to St. John Bosco in California. I've watched him. He was on the show QB1. If for those who don't know, it was a Netflix show. And it followed around top quarterbacks in high school who were going to top tier colleges. They did Jake Fromm. They did Justin Fields. They did a lot of big names.
I don't know who one of these people
Now, Real Mitchell was the quarterback that they were actually following, but DJ was actually the backup for Real Mitchell at St. John Bosco. DJ ends up taking over midway through the season. Now, that was actually one of their worst seasons that they've had for St. John Bosco. It's a top tier program. It was a bad year. Now, DJ goes to Clemson. And DJ takes over for Trevor Lawrence. Trevor Lawrence, all-time quarterback at Clemson. Won national championship. He's actually the starting quarterback, Jacksonville Jaguars now. DJ takes over. Clemson completely falls apart. Like they're awful at football. They stink. They're not in the playoff 2 years in a row. He gets chased out. He goes to Oregon State. Gets chased out of the ACC. Goes to the Pac-12. Now he's in the Pac-12 at Oregon State. They went. Let me get the exact because I want to make sure I'm exact here. Oregon State's record last year.
Well, I know firsthand watching the past 2 games, he really isn't very good. He has a lot of trouble. Like, if let's say the play isn't going exactly as it's supposed to go, you could tell like he has trouble. He starts thinking, he gets nervous, and then throws a bad pass.
So they went 8-5 last year. Mm-hmm. They went 8-5. So not great. I guess they won 8 games. They went 8-5. So he's back at Florida State. He's the big NIL signing. Mm-hmm. Right. And I said from March when they signed him the NIL, I was like, DJU sucks. Like, I was like, he's bad. Like, he's just a bad quarterback. Like, he can't handle in-game pressure. He can't process what's going on around him. He's just not good.
Yes.
Now, Florida State fans were very excited. They were like, things are going to be different. The great coach Norvell is going to change it out. It's going to be different. Now, he comes in, they play Georgia Tech week 0. And a week 0 game is bullshit. It's meaningless. It's whatever, right? They go to Ireland. They lose to Georgia Tech in Ireland. Now, everybody could say throwaway game, right? They went out to Ireland. Maybe they were partying a little too hard.
That's what Daddy
They were drinking it out, whatever. Mm-hmm. They come back home. Home game at Doak. They play Boston College. Now, Boston College is a hockey school. It is what it is. Hockey East, it's a hockey school.
Boston sucks, okay?
They come in.
They do. They suck. And let me tell you something. I think one of the fans called me an ass.
They did call you an ass. You were letting them know how much Boston sucked. Let them know.
Let's just say that these Gordos put a Cuban in your mouth. The smashes.
Gordo smashes. Yeah, a couple of those will get you right as rain.
They're strong. Okay.
Yeah.
So I had a few.
So you let them know how much Boston sucks.
Because I was a little full of myself with FSU. I was
fair.
like, FSU's gonna kick their ass.
Yeah,
that's what I thought.
Exactly. Now. They play against Boston College. I don't know where to begin. So we'll start with DJU because we're on the DJU topic. And DJU ends up going 50% in the passing game. 50% from the passing game. That's awful.
Listen, he just sucks.
No.
He just sucks.
It's 50% in the passing game should get you cut. That should get you cut.
Well, we were begging for them to make a change.
That's it.
I mean, it's like, come on, let's make an adjustment.
You should be cut from that.
Let's bring Brock. Remember, we were all screaming, let's bring Brock.
We want Brock.
Right, we want Brock. Yeah.
So he goes 50%. Has 1 touchdown pass, which that was all the receiver making those moves. Mm-hmm. His passings. Let me tell you something right now.
Go Reds.
I know. We're gonna get to you, Sean. We're gonna get to you, Sean. His passes, the completed passes that he made were bad throws, and the receivers just caught him. They were bad throws. Through and through. They were bad throws. All 3 of them, the three
catches.
They were bad throws.
Yeah.
And what frustrated me the most was when things aren't going right, you have to make a change.
You got to make a change. You can't just keep doing the same thing over and over again.
This goes to Coach Norvell.
Yes, Coach.
When things aren't going right and you have 5 rushing yards, you need to change it up.
Yeah.
Your offensive line looked abysmal. And I know I heard all the time, DJ had all this time. You had 5 yards in the run game. Your offensive line can't be that good if you have 5 yards in the run game. So don't be all happy, Florida State fans, that, DJ had great time in the pocket and our offensive line is fine. It's not fine because you can't open a hole. So it's not that good.
Well, they were also running right down the middle.
You should be able to run right down the middle, though. You should be able to run right down the middle. That's the point.
Even Olivia was like, this is what they're going to do. And they did it.
Yeah, but you should be able to do that. Florida State was able to do that with Trey Benson.
You can't always do that. You have to change it. You got to change it up. If that play isn't working, you got to go to another play.
You got to go to the air. You have to go to the air.
You have a bad quarterback.
And now you have a bad quarterback.
The bottom line is it was 3 and out. 3 and out.
No time of possession. No time of possession.
I mean, the poor defense, they were on the field the whole time. It was just a sucky game. It was awful. The stadium felt completely different. The whole home side of the field was all under construction.
Yep.
Like, there was nobody even sitting there.
Nobody over there. You had 30,000 less fans than you should have.
I mean, it was terrible.
You had 30,000 fans less than you should have. The offensive line was not the issue. The offensive line is one of the many issues. It's one of the many issues.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the defensive line. You gave up 260 yards rushing to Boston College. 260
that running back was good, though.
yards rushing to Boston College.
Well,
that's a problem.
They had a lot of trouble too tackling. Like, let's
yes,
say they would
they
get
could
on
not
him,
finish
and
the
then
tackle.
the guy would drag
They
him like
couldn't
5
finish
yards.
the tackle.
Like, yeah, the tackles were terrible.
Florida State is bad. It's a bad football team. Through and through. From what I've seen over the last 2 weeks, there's no other word for it, just dog shit. Bad.
Well,
that's just the truth. It's just the truth, just bad in every position. The tight end.
Oh, he was,
the tight end, what did he have? I can't believe it's not butter all over those hands.
I thought the same
I can't believe it's not butter.
At one point, I'm like, what is he, Butterfingers?
He's putting it, like, as bad as DJ was, he's putting it in his hands. He's
a
bubbling
few
it
times,
all over the field.
A few times the ball was right to him.
That tight end was bad. Just all around bad. And Coach Norvell did not make one adjustment throughout the entire game.
He didn't. And in
not
life, you have to make
one
adjustments.
adjustment throughout the entire game. Now, let's talk about what pissed me off even more.
What?
How about the fact that the band played 2 theme songs for the city of Boston against Boston College? They played the Boston College fight song, which I guess is tradition.
It's tradition.
Which is fine.
And the pregame.
But then, for your halftime show, you play the theme of the city of Boston, Sweet Caroline.
Well, I have to tell you.
You can't play that song.
I agree.
You cannot play that song.
I missed the halftime because I was going to faint. It was 90 degrees at the stadium. And then with the crowd, because we were at the other side of the stadium, like near the student section,
full.
it was full. I had people behind me, people in front of me, people on the side of me. I literally almost fainted. It had to be real feel over 100 degrees. And it was at night.
Easily over 100 degrees.
So,
easily.
I had to go to the cooling station. Like,
you were gone.
I thought I was going to die.
You're leaving me hanging.
So
I was getting fights with people in the crowd. Literal fights, yelling, mother effing each other, and nobody was there. I had no backup. I was all by myself, mother effing, because people were like, oh no, you can't boo the band for playing Sweet Caroline. Sure you can.
Oh, sure you
can't
can
play.
That.
You cannot play Boston song against Boston College. You can't do that.
I agree.
You can't. You cannot do that. So I'm talking to you, director of the band at Florida State. You're an asshole. You can't pick that song.
Let's
you
not call
can't
him
pick
a bad
that
word.
song
We're not
by
gonna
doing
call you
that.
a bad
No,
word.
I'm going to call you a bad word.
No.
You are a Division I program. You're top tier. You're ranked 10th in the country. You can't do that. You cannot do that. Figure it out.
No.
You need to figure it out. You cannot do that. You cannot play the city song against that city. Especially when you're losing. If you're blowing them out and it's like, oh, we're gonna mock them about, oh, how great Boston is. Let's play your song after we're blowing you out by 30, whatever. But you're not, you're losing. You're losing the game. Handedly. Not close. Oh, it could go either way. They're really kicking your ass all up and down the field. You can't do that. So make an adjustment next time. And the fact that they don't have their uniforms too was...
I know. I mean, thank God I was at the cooling station because I probably would have gotten into a fight with you. And I probably would have fainted.
You just can't. So all around, the vibes were bad. And I'm going to say it. Barstool said it. No, I'm saying... Well, actually, I said it first. And she could confirm because I said it as soon as we're walking out of the stadium.
To the car.
We're walking out. ESPN in the college football playoff ruined Florida State. Ruined it. It put them over their knee. ESPN put them over their knee. It said, come here. Come here, son. Let me show you something. That's what happened. That's the truth. Figure it out, Florida State. Be better.
Well, one thing I also do have to say is I feel like with the price increase too, a lot of the fans who were there last year weren't there this year, and that kind of changed the vibe too. Because
100%.
you can't just have the rich people. You need to make the tickets affordable, where the people who don't have as much money but are diehard fans are there too, because they can
That's
bring
what college football is all about. It's the passionate fans, the diehard fans.
We did feel that vibe.
Yes.
Where there.
100%.
It was, you know, the same fans that were there last year weren't there this year.
Quiet stadium, just bad. Just all around bad.
Yeah.
So they need to figure it out over there in Tallahassee. You know, there needs to be a big change at Tallahassee.
I think they should bring in Brock.
So, yeah, and Brock Glenn needs to start. There's no dicking around anymore. When you go 50% in the air, you're done.
He won the ACC championship last year.
And you know what? And we were talking about this too earlier before we came here. And one thing about Jordan Travis was developed over years. Mm-hmm. Jordan Travis just didn't come in and say, "Oh, now we're going to go 13-0. I'm Jordan Travis. I came in. We're great." It was a process. It was a development. Mm-hmm. Brock Glenn is a recruit. He was recruited by Norvell. He comes in, development. Develop with the quarterback that won you the ACC championship. Go with the flow. Do what worked. Don't just try to bring in all these guys that think you're going to be number one in the league, especially with a guy from Oregon State. Come on. The Pac-12 doesn't exist anymore for a reason. It's a crap conference.
Well, as you can see.
Come on.
Carlos is very passionate on this subject.
Like, it's just, give me a break.
And it was a very fun car ride coming home for 3 hours from Tallahassee.
It's such a disgrace.
Night. So then the next exciting news was that the movie premiere trailer is going to be premiering soon.
So let's talk about that. So how you feeling? So, Coach, clap it up for the coach. W's in the chat. We're clapping it up. Coach Leesan Villa here, the star of the new movie coming out, Southern Village.
It's very exciting. I'm very excited.
So how do you feel? You're having a trailer premiere coming up here in Pensacola on the 29th of September.
Yes, it was just announced, and we're going to put it on the Facebook page. So it's a movie trailer premiere, September 29th at 6:30 p.m. at the Foley Civic Center.
Yep.
So it's going to be fun.
You're starring in a movie.
Yes, yeah. You know, I don't know. I'm nervous about it. I'm very nervous. So I don't want to talk about anything about the movie. Let's just talk about
we can't talk about it. Just we're not going to talk about the trailer's coming out. We're having a premiere.
And you're going to love the trailer.
We're going to put the trailer. We're going to work it out. We'll put the trailer on here after the premiere. We'll get the trailer. We'll get it on the show for you guys. And my
co-star Jerome Evans is really good.
Fantastic.
He's going to be fantastic to watch in this movie. And there's someone else who's in the movie who's very good as well, but we're not giving anything away. But I'm telling you, I think it's going to be a great movie.
Absolutely.
And it would be great to come out and celebrate with us.
Absolutely.
On the
So if you're in town and you're around Foley, Alabama,
6:30 p.m.
6:30 p.m. We're going to put the Eventbrite. We'll put it in the comments here as well, and then we'll put it on our Facebook page so you guys can buy tickets and everything and show up. It's going to be a great event. Like I said, the coach here is starring in it. Jerome Evans is starring in it. It's going to be awesome. It's going to be fantastic. So please.
Directed by Elrico Turnstile.
And filmed by yours truly, behind the camera, your Bowie Media. Shout out your Bowie Media. W in the chat there as well. Shout out your Bowie. He's filming it and making it look fantastic and making you look great. So that's all that matters.
We're very excited. So there are a lot of exciting things going on. And it's been nonstop.
It's been nonstop.
But it hasn't even been nonstop just in my life. Every day when I turn on the news, there's something new going on. And it's like huge news. Like it's not like something little.
The news cycle is so quick.
Every time we turn on the news, it's something else crazy.
I know. I mean, did you see today another shooting in Georgia, right?
It's so heartbreaking.
In Athens or just outside of Athens?
A 14-year-old. That's my daughter's age. Like I can't imagine a 14-year-old like going nuts and going in and shooting. I think they said like 30 people got shot maybe. I don't know.
I think it was like 4 dead and then 30 injured. So I think 34 total. I think, give or take.
I don't know. I have to say, it's just so sad.
Yeah.
And it's like, whatever happened to the value of life? Like, why aren't people so worried about going to hell anymore?
Yeah.
Like, I got to be honest with you. Like, when I was a kid, I was afraid to do certain things. Like, I couldn't imagine, like, going to school and killing a bunch of people. Like, I knew I'd be in a lot of trouble. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And not just with my parents.
A lot of trouble.
I'm saying not just with my parents, like eternal damnation type of trouble.
I
you
knew
know
I was going to be in a lot of trouble for killing somebody. No shit. No shit. You're going to be in a lot of trouble. Yeah, probably.
But like, you give up on your own life. No hope, no joy. Like, what's going on in these kids' lives? That they're so helpless all the time.
I know. It's really just, every time I think about something like this, it really makes you scratch your head because you really, and this goes back to, a mental health discussion and things like that. And I do believe that there are some evil people out there, just straight evil people.
They're
right?
totally
And there's a
evil
lot,
people.
there are people who struggle with mental health and things happen and you don't know what's going on inside of somebody's head.
Yeah.
But there are people out there that are just awful, awful people, just from the roots.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. And when you read some of these stories, you can't help to think, like, oh my God, like what the hell? But it's just,
I don't know anything about the shooter. I don't know anything about what's going on, so we can't really report on it.
Right.
But, let's just say that we're praying for them, and hopefully that community can come together, and we can get to the bottom of it, and we can start trying to find solutions other than taking everybody's gun away. That's not, because there was a wackadoo who went in Great Britain and stabbed a bunch of little girls, so they don't have guns in Great Britain, but if you want to kill kids, you'll still find a way to kill kids. It's not just with
if
guns.
you want a gun, you'll find a way to get it. The black market, you'll find ways.
Oh my gosh,
honestly, something I always circle back to, and I know, you have the argument of the PTSD and things like that, but you have a lot of veterans out there who are struggling to find jobs outside of the military, right? People who come out of the military and they have no idea what they're going to do.
Yeah.
And their whole job in the military is protecting the country.
Well, yeah, they're heroes,
protecting the country.
They're heroes.
Why can't you try to work with some of these veterans coming back, rehabilitating them, and put them in some of these schools to protect kids?
I think that's a great idea.
Right?
I think that's a great idea.
Let me tell you something. If I'm somebody who's thinking about going and shooting up a place, I'm thinking twice. But if there's other people who are going to shoot back at me,
if you know that there's a veteran there,
and there's a bunch of helpless people, you have free reign. But if there are people who are going to shoot back at you, you're going to think twice. Like, holy shit, I'm going to get shot at again. And it's going to be a totally different situation.
And it's going to be a lot harder to shoot 30 people.
Right, exactly. So I don't know. I mean, and like I said, the people are going to argue, PTSD and stuff. But I think, working with people, you figure out the veterans who are still capable of being entrusted with a weapon. And you could rehabilitate them and get them in the schools, get them jobs, get them, opportunities to have success, pay them.
And
we have so much money going into Ukraine and going to bullshit. Be honest,
veterans, they'll take a bullet for a child.
Yes.
They won't be like the coward from Broward running away when there's an active school shooter.
Right.
A military veteran will take a bullet to protect a child.
Yes.
So actually, I totally agree with you. I think that's a great
100%.
idea.
Yeah.
Because there are heroes.
They're
real American heroes.
They're willing to lay their life down for the country. They'll lay their life down for a student and for a child.
They will never be like the coward from Broward
so
running away.
I think that that's a great thing.
Yes.
And they don't ever talk about it. And I really think that would be a solid solution. Gun
control is not the only answer. I mean, look at Chicago. They have the toughest gun laws.
Yeah.
At least 31 shot, 5 fatally during Labor Day weekend. And they have
Chicago,
the toughest gun laws in Chicago. So don't give me that crap that it's if we take away the guns. Well, you took away the guns in Chicago and 31 people were shot and 5 were dead. Yeah. So come on, people. It's not just gun control. We need to start looking at other things, like what's going on with people's conscience. Remember we talked about conscience last week? What's going on with people's conscience? What's going on with people inside? What's their spirituality? Yeah. What's making them tick? Why is a 14-year-old doing this? Can we talk about that for once? Are they on drugs? Did the pharmaceutical companies give them something and now they're a little bit wackadoo from the drugs that they're on from the pharmaceutical companies? We have to start attacking this at all angles. Don't just give me this crap gun control right off the top. Yeah. That's always the right off the top, politically divisive answer rather than looking for a solution.
Right.
And I like your solution about the veterans.
I think it's a good solution.
I think it's a really good.
I think it's something that you could at least look into and explore the possibility. You have all these homeless vets who can't get jobs. Well, let's figure out a way to get them a job, protecting what they do. I mean, yes, I understand that some of them have such awful, PTSD and awful, situations where they can't do it.
They're heroes,
and I get it. I understand that. We should help them. But there are people who can do that still, who can come back and still, be able to do that. And I think that is a good opportunity for them. So I don't know. I think that that's something that needs to continue to be explored.
Well, on another note, so now, let's go to the news.
Let's get to the nitty-gritty.
Before this terrible subject.
Let's get to the nitty-gritty.
And really, let's pray for those poor families in Georgia.
Absolutely.
And hopefully those people will be able to get through this tough time. But did you see that the U.S. seized Venezuela's plane, like their Air Force One?
Yes, you told me about the story, right? So it's hard to believe. So the United States State Department decided we're going to take the presidential plane from Venezuela.
Is
that what it is?
They went to Santo Domingo And they just took his plane. They confiscated it.
Maduro's plane.
Yes, they just took Maduro's plane. And, you know, they said they investigated it. And it was against their sanctions.
Yeah,
because
U.S.
he's supposed to be
officials said
sanctioned.
that the plane was seized for suspected violations of U.S. export control and sanction laws.
Right.
They added that an investigation found that people affiliated with Mr. Maduro had allegedly used Caribbean-based shell company to hide their involvement in the plane's illegal purchase.
Because nobody does anything illegal in the world.
Florida in late 2022 and early 2023. The aircraft was then illegally exported from the United States back to Venezuela through the Caribbean in April of last year. The argument by U.S. officials that the plane's sale
It was a violation of sanctions. But what I found so funny is that a spokesperson for the White House said the national security said the action represented an important step to ensure that Maduro continues to feel the consequences of his misgovernance of Venezuela. So now we give other governments like a slap on the ass. We'll take your airplane. We don't like the way you're governing your country.
Wow.
I mean, what the hell is that?
Yeah.
That's so wackadoo. That's literally what the White House said.
Yeah, we decide how you're going to govern.
Are you people paying attention to what wackadoos are running the country right now? And I get it with the whole election thing. Like they're saying that they really, probably had election fraud because, we would never do anything like that
the United
in this
States
country.
would never interfere with an election.
But I found it so crazy. So I was wondering, I said, do you really think it's that? Or do you think maybe they're mad about all the Venezuelans that Maduro sent up here? Let's be honest. He emptied his prisons and sent a lot of those people up here.
He did send a lot of those people up here.
So do you think that they're like, you know what, we're going to get back at you in another way too?
Well,
Like they don't
for all
want
the
to
bad
admit.
hombres?
Well, let me tell you something.
No,
They're sending a lot of bad hombres.
I don't think so. I think because one thing that I always circle back to, especially with the immigration, and especially the push to have the immigrants who are coming in illegally have the opportunity to vote. It's almost like they're buying votes from Venezuela. That's what I kind of seem like.
I think it's a lot more sinister than just votes.
Like
I think that's an easy thing, but when you have 320,000 missing children, they're not showing up to the polls to vote.
Those 320,000
children are being used for a lot of nefarious things. But we talked about immigration last week. But let's play Kamala Harris, clip number 6, and see what she thinks about this.
About the immigration crime. All right, let's see.
This is just unbelievable.
Having done the work I've done, it is our undocumented immigrants that are the least likely to commit crime. So let's get our notions together about what we're talking about.
She's not too worried about it.
This lady's a psycho.
she's not too worried about the immigration.
Okay?
The immigration
she is a wackadoo.
control.
What is with that laugh? What is with that wackadoo laugh?
The he.
And like every time, it's like this crazy laugh. So anyway,
well, let's talk about all the crimes that she's not too worried about that aren't actually happening.
They don't commit crimes.
I mean, the first one I want to start with is what's going on in Colorado right now.
Oh, you want to do clip number 9?
I want to do Colorado first because that's what started it. This is a spread to Chicago. So this started in Aurora, Colorado. So let's go to clip 9 because that's where we start. And I'm not sure if everyone's familiar of what's actually going on in Colorado because the actual news won't report it. So let's talk about what's actually going on in Colorado right now. Look at that dude standing there with that AR. Look at him. That's straight out of GTA.
It's so crazy.
That's straight out of GTA.
And then they'll
Look at the scope on that thing.
I know. And they don't want Americans to have guns, but
the American
will
citizens can't have that.
I mean,
you think he bought that gun legally? You think he went to Walmart and purchased that?
I think they did a background check.
Yeah, you think they background checked that guy? That's some bullshit.
It's hard. Well, the Hells Angels said they were going over there to take care of it.
No, they did.
I don't know.
But I think the National Guard would stop them before they stopped the immigrants.
For sure.
What is that guy is walking around with a scope like that? That's GTA. That's a video game.
Yeah, I mean,
that doesn't even look real.
I saw that and I was like, this can't be true. It's true.
Yeah, that's happening right now. Right now, they've occupied, I think it's like 3 buildings.
And Kamala just laughs it off.
Yeah.
Kamala,
Big deal.
she just
Whatever.
like,
The immigrants aren't the crime that we need to worry about.
Well, now let's play clip number 1 and show how it spread to Chicago.
The spread.
Because now it's not just in Colorado anymore.
Weren't they talking about stopping the spread, right? We need to stop the spread. How to stop the spread. Let's take a look. Let's look at that clip.
Citywide person with a gun, 6124 South King Drive. Caller says 32 Venezuelans are trespassing the building, showing guns in the courtyard, and they have motorcycles in the courtyard as well. All stairwells are filled. Nothing further, zone clear.
And they never talk about that. They never talk about what's actually going on.
You have to look at alternative media to find this because the news won't report it.
Right.
You know why? Because they're in the tank for the Biden administration and now for Kamala. And let me tell you something. Do you think that these are rich white suburbs that they're going into?
No,
they're going into the poor communities and they're terrorizing them.
Yeah.
And it really pisses me off.
That is their target.
Yeah, they're going in the poor communities. They're not going into the suburbs of Connecticut.
Yeah.
They're not going into Vermont.
Exactly. They're not rolling up at Montpelier.
Yeah, they're not showing up by the beach where Joe Biden is in Maryland,
right?
Hanging out. Delaware.
Hanging out at the beach
this is really
underneath the umbrella.
Well, he was sleeping.
He won't get any sun.
He was sleeping. He was resting.
Do you think that vitamin what from the sun? What is it? Vitamin D? You think that would be good for an old man like that?
Listen,
he's afraid of it. He's like Prez underneath that umbrella.
He's too far gone, all right? He's just like, they put him out to pasture. I told you, they put him on the igloo when they shipped him off.
Right. They were like, Joe, you write it out, bro.
Delaware.
You write it out, Joe.
But this is just terrifying. Do we want to play clip 2 too, or is that enough information?
No,
because
we don't need to play clip 2.
Let's put up crime, because this is another area where there's also no crime. But we're going to show you the cover of the New York Post right now.
All right, let's look at the cover of the Post. Crime. Look at that.
3 out of 4 arrested in Midtown, a migrant, crime, and again. Okay? 3 out of 4 crimes are being committed by the migrants, but Kamala's like, oh, please, it's the American citizens who commit more crimes than the migrants. Like,
the migrants aren't the problem. The migrants aren't the problem, right?
Let me tell you something. New York is becoming a shithole. It is becoming so. No, it really is. Well, it used to be beautiful. But you know what, Gabe? So my son tells me, he goes, well, I live in El Barrio, which is Spanish Harlem. He goes, Mom, I don't worry about any of the migrants because we have enough gangs there that they'll take care of any migrants who try to come into El Barrio. So don't worry about me, Mom. So I'm like, okay, great news, Gabriel. Great. So we have the Hells Angels going to Colorado. We have, I guess, the Latin Kings take care of El Barrio.
Well, listen, I mean, I'm sure a lot of the people are missing the old Italian mobs protecting the streets, handling things. You wouldn't have that shit. You wouldn't have to worry about that, but they wrote them all out. They had to get rid of the mob.
They sure did.
I bet you're missing them now, right? I bet you're missing your Italian brothers hanging out in front of the deli. I bet you're missing that shit.
Yes, because they're just so wonderful.
Yeah, because they took care of that shit. You wouldn't have to worry about that.
Well, you'll never see it on the news. You know why? Because of censorship.
No, well,
there's severe censorship.
That's the number one
what
problem.
do you have to do? You have to go to the internet.
That's the number one problem.
You have to go to the internet if you want to see real news. So what are they doing globally to stop you from seeing real news? Let's go to clip number 4.
Oh, look, clip number 4. All right, let's go to clip number 4 to tell you what's actually going on.
Yes.
New law forces internet service providers in the country to implement an immediate, complete and comprehensive ban of X or face legal and financial ramifications. Starlink, which is controlled by Mr. Musk's other company, SpaceX, has more than 250,000 customers in Brazil who access the broadband network through satellite receivers. Starlink has not complied with the court order, resulting in the network's bank accounts in Brazil being frozen, preventing the company from processing financial transactions.
They froze the bank accounts.
Under the court ruling, any ex-users who access the platform's app or website through Starlink or a virtual private network, VPN, face a fine of up to 50,000 reais or £6,750.
So if you try to get a VPN and get real news, guess what happens? You're going to be fined.
Big fine.
If you're Elon Musk, who's for freedom of speech, guess what happens? They're going to freeze your bank accounts. They're going to use the courts against you. It's disgusting. Do you know that they said X officially lost 40 million monthly active users in Brazil today? 40 million. How disgusting is that?
Yeah. No, I mean, that's the truth.
They don't want freedom of speech.
Well, because if you have an opposing view, you're considered a threat. That's the biggest thing. What is it? I always say actually, Dad always really says it. They accuse you of what they're doing. You know, exactly.
Right.
That's what they do. So they accuse you of putting out misinformation, but they're the ones putting out the misinformation. And if you put out the real information, you're considered an enemy of state.
They call it misinformation.
Right.
But I got to tell you, what Elon Musk is doing, he's trying so hard to save democracy, honestly.
He is.
Because you can't have a democracy without freedom of speech. But, guess what the president of Brazil, they say he stole the election too.
They did, yeah.
He said, the world is not obligated to put up with Musk's far-right ideology just because he's rich.
What an accent right there. Holy
just because
shit.
he's rich. Yeah, because they want us all to be poor slobs. Don't you get it?
Yeah.
Wealth gives you financial freedom, gives you some power. They don't want that. They all want us to be poor slobs where nobody has to listen to our opinion.
Yeah.
And he's used to telling people to shut the hell up.
Right.
But Elon Musk is like, I'm rich, bitch. I'm going to put it on the satellites and the Starlink and people are still going to get it.
Yeah.
And we're going to get out information.
Right.
And they're pissed.
And that's 100% right, too. And the NFL is rewarding this by going and playing a game in Brazil, generating revenue.
F that.
Yeah.
Oh, the
On
NFL
Friday.
is disgusting.
Friday.
They're disgusting. I don't even want to talk about the NFL.
Goodell.
They make me so sick.
That's Roger Goodell right there.
But this is going globally.
Some call him the H-Man.
Oh, listen. I'm too fired up about freedom of speech, okay?
Talk about freedom of speech. I mean, what do you think about the guy from Telegram?
Well, he got arrested. He got arrested in France.
Durov?
And you know what they made him out to be?
The founder?
A child sex. Right. We have 320,000 missing children in this country. But for him,
That's
it's
all
like,
because of Pavel,
this guy, it's like he's this evil man. He has sex trafficking. He has this, he has that. Let me tell you something.
Drugs.
When Putin wanted to stop him years ago, and he was getting information to the rebels that we were supporting in Belarus, Telegram was great. But now that Telegram is being used by the Ukrainians fighting freaking Zelensky because you know what? They haven't had an election in years in Ukraine, okay? Now Telegram is bad and we need to ban Telegram. We need to arrest the owner because they want to get into the back channels and control that app too. The way you want to talk about bending down, that's what that Zuckerberg did. Well, WhatsApp for the government. He bent down. What's so funny? What's so funny?
We're going to have to clip. Somebody's going to have to clip the amount of times she's banging on the desk.
I'm sorry.
Every time she's going, just banging.
I'm sorry. I'm just so mad.
I'm like, oh my God.
So they go after Elon Musk. They go after Pavel, right?
Yeah,
that
he
escapes Russia, has to move to the United Emirates for some freedom. I'm just saying I'm so frustrated because I don't like censorship. I grew up where you could say what you wanted. It's called freedom of speech.
Yeah. Well, that's the most important right in the Constitution.
It is.
It's the most important right. The freedom to disagree.
Oh,
the freedom
my
of speech. Which, what's so funny is that the great vice presidential candidate, Tim Walz, he loves freedom of speech.
Oh, let's go to clip 5.
He loves
So
freedom of speech.
we can hear it from his own words.
Let's hear Vice Presidential candidate Tim Walz talking about free speech in the country.
I think we need to push back on this. There's no guarantee to free speech on misinformation or hate speech, and especially around our democracy.
Now, Tim, who decides what free speech is?
What's
it you?
For misinformation?
Is it you, Tim? Because, I mean, anybody who disagreed with COVID was immediately silenced.
Oh, Fauci. Fauci was
anybody
a great
who
arbiter
disappeared.
of...
So, Tim, you tell me, who interprets of what freedom of speech is? I would love to hear that. They should ask that in that god-awful CNN interview that they did with Kamala Harris.
I totally agree, yeah.
What do you define as free speech, Kamala? Because if somebody disagrees with you, does that qualify as misinformation? Yeah. I'm sure YouTube will give us a bunch of lovely tags about, all the information that we'll provide. We'll get a ton of flags about, actually Google says this and Google says that because everything's in the back pocket of the deep state. But I want to know, Tim, and I want to know, Kamala, who decides what freedom of speech is? Because if it's misinformation or if it's hate speech, if we come on the show and we say, Tim Walz is saying X, Y, and Z, and he disagrees, are we going to get flagged with hate speech and taken down?
Isn't Kamala having misinformation when she says that the migrants commit less crime than the American citizens, and 3 out of 4 arrests are from migrants in New York? Isn't that misinformation?
You know what's misinformation? Kamala Harris working at McDonald's. That's misinformation.
Oh my gosh, can you
That's misinformation. I talk about misinformation. She goes on, I was working at McDonald's, and it's not even true.
It was a lie. McDonald's came out and said she never worked for us.
Come on, talk about misinformation.
It's really the truth.
Lying about making a Big Mac is wild.
And let me tell you,
that's a wild thing to decide. I'm gonna be full of shit about a McChicken with cheese.
Listen, Gabriel was an essential worker.
Essential employee. Essential employee.
Because it was too dangerous, but he could go work at McDonald's because he was an essential employee, an essential worker. And McDonald's will vouch for that.
That's true.
The boy worked hard at McDonald's, let me tell you.
Worked his ass off.
For Kamala to lie about working at McDonald's, that has sunk to an all-time low, honestly.
It's true.
Honestly. And I could say some really nasty things, but I'm going to bite my tongue. I'm going to bite my tongue because I'm not going to say what I really want to say about that wonderful candidate that the DNC appointed.
Decided, yes.
Appointed.
But listen, make no mistake though. Like this is a serious thing, and we're going to clip this. Make no mistake. If you go and vote for Kamala Waltz, you're saying it's acceptable to censor free speech.
Yeah.
That's just truth. That's fact. If you go and say, I'm going to sign on that ticket, talk about threat to democracy, I am accepting the fact that the government could decide what consists of free speech and what doesn't.
Yeah.
So just remember that. And if you're okay with that, then, listen, whatever. But I'm just telling you that that's the truth. If you go and fill in that bubble, you're accepting that the government will decide what consists of free speech and what isn't. Well, and that's just truth.
What about all the ads being put around Philadelphia saying that Kamala Harris is the official endorsement of the Philadelphia Eagles?
Oh my gosh.
It's all over Philly.
I know, it's
They're
all
lying
over Philly.
That the Eagles had to come out and say, we do not officially endorse any candidates. Sorry,
because nobody's ever done that. No sports team has ever officially come out and supported a candidate ever. That is misinformation. That's actually definition.
That costs so much money to put signs on bus stops.
I know, that's interesting.
Who paid for that misinformation campaign that the Philadelphia Eagles sponsor was officially endorsing Kamala Harris?
Yeah.
That was paid for by somebody in the DNC. Give me a break.
That is truth.
That costs a lot of money. You try taking out ads all over bus stops.
Yeah, and shout out Jack Mack at Barstool for being the first one to go out and say, like, I had to make sure that this was, because he couldn't believe it. Like, he really couldn't believe it. I think we have the clip for that, showing that. I think it's clip 11, maybe? I think. I'm not positive.
Does anyone else remember?
Oh, no, that's me. Oh, that's you. We're going to get to that. Maybe, is it clip 10? Let's see. Clip 10, maybe? Let's see.
Those heroes.
Nope, we're going to get to that, too. I can't remember these.
Well, that's more misinformation.
Yes, I'm sorry.
That's another misinformation story.
I'm misinforming.
All right, you know what, guys? Just Google it.
Just Google
it.
All right,
Google a picture. Kamala Harris bus stop. They have a little cartoon of her with an Eagles helmet, and it says, "We officially endorse Kamala Harris."
Yeah, it's true. It's on Twitter. Okay? It's everywhere. You could be able to find it.
You know. And then what's another misinformation story? Trump. That Trump went to National Arlington Cemetery at the request of 13 Gold Star families, and that they got into an altercation with the people who work at the cemetery because you're not allowed to bring cameras to the cemetery.
Yeah, because they've never taken a picture at Arlington National Cemetery ever. That's never been done. Not like you could go and look and you could find a million videos of every single Arlington National ceremony ever.
Well, you know what's really funny is John McCain's son said Trump having a campaign thing is so disrespectful. For the first time, I'm going to vote for a Democrat. This is, of course, John McCain's son, right? Let's play that clip with John McCain. And guess where his campaign commercial was filmed?
Yep. Let's see. Where was that filmed? Clip 10.
Those heroes with whom he served. Never forgetting those heroes.
Is that John McCain?
That's John McCain in 2000. Campaigning right in Arlington National Cemetery.
And nobody had a problem then.
Nope,
and then how about all the pictures? You booby. Which one is the one with all the pictures?
I think we just had photos.
It says photos.
Yeah, so
okay.
we can just go through the
and we'll
photos.
just go through the photos
we have a lot
and
of them.
show you, which I'm sure this was not taken with an iPhone.
Yeah,
oh my gosh,
so there's
look,
Obama.
Obama,
the
took
great.
A picture of Obama.
That's the best
oh my
ever.
Gosh,
Obama.
Oh my gosh. Wait,
do we have another one?
Try to push him? They were like, we were pushing each other. We were fighting.
Holy shit.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
Oh my God. In the cemetery with Joe Biden.
The great Kamala.
Oh.
No, that can't be. That can't be. No, that's
their rules.
That's
their
not them. That's not
Trump
them.
has no respect.
Oh my God. Did that somebody taking a picture of him touching the wreath? Oh my God!
I cannot believe this. Like this is just what a farce.
I can't. Oh my gosh! There's another one. Look at all those soldiers in the back. I can't even look. I can't even look. Get that out of here. I can't even look at it.
It's so awful. Never in the history has that ever been done.
That's unbelievable. No sitting president or former president has ever taken a picture at Arlington National. Oh my God! And that's even during COVID. Look at that mask. I can't believe that mask. Look how many people he's saving with that mask on. Look at all those people. He's really keeping everybody in that picture safe wearing that mask as a responsible adult. Way to keep those people safe, Joe. Look at you. Set an example. Way to be. Oh, yeah, Joe, set that example, baby. Set that example. Look at all those people you're saving.
Ooh. I mean, it's so pathetic. It is just, they're such
unbelievable.
liars.
Look, they're all over the place. Look at that coat.
I mean, they're such liars.
That's a nice coat, though, that he's got on.
That is a nice coat.
I'd wear that
She
coat.
loves purple, that lady.
No, yeah, her coat's nice, too, yeah.
You know? But you know what it is? Because the media, they don't want to focus on the fact that Biden and Harris made this bad decision that got these 13 soldiers killed with that horrible Afghanistan withdrawal.
Yeah.
That they want to try to focus some BS on Trump having a camera at National Arlington Cemetery at a ceremony for the families when they were invited.
Yeah.
Harris and Biden were invited. Joe was on the beach and Harris was home making pancakes, right? Because she likes the pancakes.
Well, ignorance is bliss, right? Ignorance is bliss.
What I hear.
They're so full of shit, and they talk all that smack about, Trump doing this, Trump doing that, and there's all the examples that you need. They're so full of crap, and they accuse you of exactly what they do. Going right back to it, they will accuse you, the liberal will accuse you of exactly what they are doing.
And let me tell you, they're making people crazy.
And let's not forget that Kamala was also invited to that event that Trump attended.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. She was home making pancakes. Joe Biden, the one, the commander-in-chief was on the beach
on the beach hanging out.
And Trump is the only one who shows up.
Not even getting a tan, not even doing anything.
But Trump shows up to give the family support, and they try to drag him through the mud because,
of course.
It's wrong.
It's
just
disgusting.
wrong. Wake up and see how evil this government is.
Disgusting.
It's just not right.
Yeah.
And with all the hate that's being pushed out of the Democratic Party, it's no wonder that people are losing it.
Yeah.
Because unless you look at alternative media and really do your own research, you would really think.
Every single mainstream media attacks Trump. Every single one.
Oh my gosh.
Including Fox. Oh, Fox, those Republicans. Well, you guys have Fox. Fox attacks Trump too. Fox attacks Trump too all the time. So listen, come on, give me a break.
Your buoy, play clip 3. I saw this, I couldn't believe it.
Oh, yes. This is our first ever commercial.
Well, no. Oh, is this the commercial?
Yeah, this is the commercial.
I thought this
clip
was
3.
The guy getting chased.
Oh, is this the guy getting chased? Oh, let's see. Let's go to clip 3. Is this the chase?
No, this is the commercial.
This is the commercial, which is why it was written. So let's go to commercial. Let's watch the commercial.
All right.
Yes, also known as Trump derangement syndrome? Do you dismiss or deny the current issues facing our country, such as historic inflation, illegal immigration, corporate corruption, World War III escalations, and the chronic disease epidemic?
12.
Okay.
Are you willing to elect someone who was the least popular vice president in modern history, and who offers no policy or vision for America simply because your brain keeps telling you anyone but Trump? If so, you might be struggling from TDS. Introducing Independence. Independence allows you the freedom to finally think independently once again. Instead of believing everything you hear from the mainstream media, Independence allows for constructive critical thinking.
I used to hear people on the news say things like,
Donald Trump and the movement he has encouraged are a threat to democracy.
And I instantly believed it. With Independence, I now realize the media is run by the Democrat elite, who are a corrupt oligarchy that censors free speech, silences political opponents, supports forever wars, and abandons democracy by anointing its candidates.
Independence may not be for everyone. If you enjoy being lied to about your president's cognitive abilities, support Orwellian totalitarianism, or are excited about communist fiscal policy, independence may not be right for you. Common side effects of independence may include an awakening of rational thought, successfully identifying propaganda, freedom of choice, loss of hatred, anti-narcissistic behavior, and love of democracy.
I used to blindly hate whoever my party was running against. I didn't care about facts or policy because I was hopelessly indoctrinated. With independence, I'm much more interested in policies that uphold democracy, and I truly care about the health of our country and its citizens.
Ask your doctor if independence is right for you, and enjoy your freedoms once again.
It's too good.
We totally need independence.
Yeah. I could get a nice taste of that independence right about now.
Oh my gosh. I mean, we need to stop the hate and start coming together again.
Absolutely.
And I'm telling you, they're doing it on purpose. They're trying to divide us because a house divided amongst itself cannot stand.
Cannot stand.
And they're doing it on purpose. They're trying to make us hate each other. Don't fall for it. Don't. When RFK Jr. is joining forces with Trump and Tulsi Gabbard is joining forces with Trump, that has to give you some insight into who can actually bring the country together.
100%.
You know, let's make America healthy again.
Yeah. And talk about not being healthy. Yeah. So let's go to clip 12. I think that's the clip here. There's this guy getting attacked on the street.
Oh, because the guy has TDS.
Yeah. He has a severe case of TDS. No? Try 11 maybe. No?
Nope. All right. Well.
No to 11?
I'm so glad I put all these clips together. Well, you know what? It doesn't matter.
No.
Next time, Carlos is going to do a much better job making sure.
No, clip 11 is...
No, I mean, the clip is so funny, but I'm sorry you guys are going to miss it. But anyway, we have other things to talk about. We're running out of time.
All right. Let's go to the next one, I guess. All right.
So I have to say, changes are brewing around the world. So that's the good news. You know, one thing you wanted to talk about was the misrepresentation of the new power in Germany.
Yes, the right party. No, yeah. So in Germany, for the first time since 1945, this party has, been elected into power in Germany. And of course, immediately the mainstream media goes and begins to attack them, right from the get-go. So basically this party is, just a normal, conservative-esque party. And of course, CNN goes and attacks them.
Well,
so
you know what they are? They're MAGA. Make Germany great. Oh, that's not it. It's something, make Germany great again.
MGGA, yeah, I guess that would be right. MGGA.
How do you say MAGA in German?
Oh, God. Yeah, I guess.
I mean, they really are.
But no, so let's talk. So I wanted to make sure that I kind of understood what the values of this party was. So this party wants to begin its separation from the European Union, right? It wants to start beginning to distance themselves from the European Union. It wants to become energy independent. You know, that they had the Nord Stream gas pipeline blown up. They want to become energy independent. They don't want to rely on other countries for energy.
And who did that? Who blew up that pipeline? Just think about it.
They want to control immigration. They don't want to have open borders. They want to, have a controlled immigration system into the country. They want to have full free markets, a total free market society. They want to have lower taxes for the German people. They want to reduce government intervention in affairs.
It sounds very reasonable to me.
Just reduce government intervention. They want to have family value.
Yes.
Family values.
Family values.
Old school family values. They want to have, I guess, so it was listed as anti-gender ideologies. And what that really is
they want to say that if you have a dick, you can't say you're a girl. If you have a vagina, you can't say you're a boy.
You're a guy.
That's what they're trying to say.
That's what they're saying.
So that's why in the bathrooms, we just have to put a dick. And then we just have to put a vagina on the other door.
On the sign, right?
And then it's like, we won't call it a gender. We'll just say, if you got this equipment.
If you got a cock, you go here.
If you got this equipment, you go in that bathroom. You got this equipment, you go in that bathroom. We don't have to, be insulting about it. Just put a picture of the equipment, and we'll be good, right?
Oh, there you go. Yeah, I like that.
That's what I think. I thought about it.
Yeah, I think that's a great
exactly,
thing. And now here's the best line. And this is the interesting one. Prioritize true German culture. Now, when I heard that line, I started I started scratching my head a little bit.
You were like, maybe CNN is right.
I heard prioritize the true German culture.
And you know they're warriors. The Germanic tribe actually took out Rome. You know what I'm saying? They're fighters. They're fighters.
I heard that line and I was like, I don't know about that. And they wanted to avoid global conflicts and conflicts. Strong military, but avoid global conflict.
Which means that they want to
stay out of foreign affairs.
But they don't want to go invade anyone. That's what they're trying to say. We want to have a strong military, but we don't want to invade anybody.
Until the true German culture decides it's time. We're done here.
I know. I mean, so those two things, I have to say, I was a little like,
Yeah, I guess it gets you a little worried. But yeah, I mean, when I saw that party win, times are changing. People are fed up all around the world.
You know why?
People are starting to get a little fed up.
Because they have access to information on the internet.
Yeah.
They're starting to wake up. They're saying, oh my gosh, what the media is feeding us isn't the truth.
Yeah.
That's what's going on. Right. I mean, even Trudeau, they're starting to get fed up with him in Canada. Do you know that today?
Oh my gosh, yes.
Today, the NDP broke with Trudeau.
Yeah.
They're going to have an election soon, and Trudeau's ass is out.
Ass is out. And I saw this funny video of the steel worker in Canada having an altercation with Trudeau, being like, listen, I don't believe a word that you say. Like, you're full of shit.
Right to his face,
like, just straight. Like, he's like, keep your donuts. Like, I don't want, he was giving out free donuts to all the steel workers. He's like, dude, keep your donuts. I can't afford to put food on my family's table. I work my ass off, and I can't afford anything.
He said, I can't afford to take my daughter to the dentist.
Yeah.
He's like, I can't get an appointment. Like, what's going on?
But I'm paying for somebody else to go to the dentist.
Yeah. And that just, I mean, I'm telling you, things are changing because people have access to information
now. People are starting to wake up.
So please, ignorance is not bliss. Everybody, do your own research. Go on the internet once in a while. Don't trust just CNN, NBC, ABC. Those are they are the interlocking corporations that are working together with the pharmaceutical companies to screw us. And the military industrial. They're all in on it together. Go to alternative media, the internet.
Yes.
Please, you got to start taking responsibility. Ignorance is not bliss, I'm telling you. Because your ass is going to be broke next year paying more than $4 a gallon for gas if Kamala wins.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Absolutely. I couldn't,
I'm telling you,
but people are waking up, I think. People are starting to wake up a little bit. I mean, obviously, especially in Canada and Germany, for examples. But I think people are starting to get a little more alert. And I'm really interested to see, like we were talking about earlier, with that situation with Brazil, because I don't think all those Brazilian people are going to just sit down and let the government decide what they can and can't absorb in information.
Let me tell you something. The fact that they froze Starlink's bank account, a lot of companies are going to be thinking twice about doing business in Brazil. Yeah. And that's going to be a problem for their economy. So,
absolutely.
I got to tell you, things are changing. So let's be a part of the solution, everybody. Let's be a part of the solution.
Absolutely.
Do your own research.
Yep.
And tell a friend. Say, listen, this is bullshit. What you're seeing really isn't true.
And then direct them to the podcast.
Yes, say make the right play.
You should check out this show on YouTube. Make the right play. Make sure you like and subscribe.
The same way that the coach of FSU needed to make a change, we need to make a change of where we get our news.
Yeah, hopefully Mike, listens in and puts in Brooklyn.
Yeah, I mean, you can't keep doing the same thing over and over and expecting a different result. And right now, the country is not doing very good under Biden and Harris. So.
Not at all. Not even a little bit. Well, what's coming up, and we wanted to definitely highlight it, is the Pensacola Fair.
Yes.
It's coming up.
The Pensacola Interstate Fair is coming up, and they're looking for volunteers.
Yes.
So you know how we were discussing that a good American value is volunteering.
Yep.
I really think that if you're in the Pensacola area, go and consider volunteering at the Pensacola Fair because, hold on, it's in the Big Red Barn, and it focuses on agricultural education for school-age children.
Oh, all right.
And there are 4-hour shifts to choose from. Free parking and admission is included for each volunteer shift, and you're welcome to stay after your shift and enjoy the fair. I got this from What's Happening Pensacola.
Okay, so shout out What's Happening Pensacola.
What's Happening Pensacola, and I'm telling you, guys, be a part of it. Volunteer in your community.
Yeah.
Help people out and learn to love each other again.
Volunteering is so important. And it makes
really
you feel great afterwards. It totally makes you feel great afterwards. You volunteer, you do something, you give back to the community that you were raised in, and you feel so good. You're like, man, I really made a difference today. It's a good feeling. It's really a good feeling.
It is. I volunteer Reading Pals. I got more out of it.
Shout out Reading Pals.
I mean, it just, like Lucy says, Charlie Brown, you need involvement.
You need
All
involvement.
right? So get involved in your community today.
It's true. It's true. Well, Coach, I mean, listen, we covered a lot today. You got anything else you wanted to give a little shout out?
No, I just, because I could be going on for hours,
Yeah, no, I get it.
I could go on for hours, and I just want you guys to know that I really appreciate you tuning in. Let's check the chat.
Yeah, no, let's take a look. So we had a lot of people in the chat today. We had a lot of people. Shout out to all the FSU people who are hanging out. Jake Judd, I see you, man. What's going on, buddy? I appreciate you stopping in. I love you, man. Dad, obviously getting involved. Gabe was getting involved. Nikki Carr, shout out Nikki Carr. I love you, man. Thank you so much for watching. Lord Central, that my guy, I appreciate you, man. Thank you so much. Thank you, everybody watching.
Excuse me, I just have an answer for Gabriel.
Oh.
I have to tell you, Gabriel, right now, if Trump loses, censorship is going to be coming to the United States big time, okay? Listen to Tim Walz, what he said, all right?
Understanding that fraudulent mainstream media and supporting Trump.
The fraudulent mainstream media, they hate Trump. They freaking have Trump derangement syndrome. They need to watch Independence. But let me tell you, Trump loses, we're going to be censored in this country.
Absolutely.
So you better wake up, son. You better wake up.
Oh.
I'm sorry.
Hey-o.
I'm sorry. Wake up, okay?
Yeah, come on.
I'm so tired of this. If Trump loses, we're screwed.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. And give me a break. Like, people that are always, I hate those people that are, Trump is a danger to democracy. He's going to make it a dictatorship. He's going to do this. He's going to do that. He had a full term. He had a full term, and the media bashed him every day. And
he never said
And he never said shit.
He let them bash him.
He just got torched every single day. So give me a break with that BS.
Yeah.
Trump he's going to take away the media. He fucking could have fucking did it before.
Well, you know what he did say? He said, "You're fake news."
Fake news. That's right. Fake news is truth. But yeah, so again, I wanted to, shout out everybody. Thank you guys so much for watching. We had a ton of viewers today on YouTube, which I really, 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 really appreciate. You guys are the best. Make sure you guys like. Make sure you guys subscribe. Make sure you guys are sending it out. Share it to all your friends. Even if you don't agree, please share it. Talk some crap. Share it to your friends. Look at these assholes. Just share it. Get it out there. Make them, want to disagree with it. We like the disagreement.
Do your own research. Say, look at what these people are saying. I'm going to go on the internet and do some research. And then maybe you'll come over to our side and say, you know what? We made the right play. And we started to try to educate ourselves and didn't just trust mainstream media anymore.
Fair enough. I don't think they'll do that, but fair enough. All right. But yes, I appreciate all you guys because you guys are, like we say every week, we love you guys. We appreciate you guys hanging out in the chat. And you guys have been fantastic tonight.
And who is the guy who works for Pepsi?
Oh, wow.
Well, if you're on.
Yes, if you're watching, the Pepsi guy.
Pepsi, so I wanted to know, we still thinking about you.
Yes, we appreciate you. And shout out Gordo's, because they were fantastic when we went.
Yes,
and like I said, that YouTube video will be out tomorrow, so keep an eye out for that. We have a ton of fun clips and everything for you guys, highlighting our time in Tallahassee this weekend, even though it wasn't that great.
It would have been better. We didn't get to do poo-poo.
I know. Oh, yes, I know. We didn't get to do. We real fast. So you guys have heard us.
You can play the clip.
Arguing about
what was it? Clip 16? Clip?
No, not clip 16. Clip 11.
Clip 11. Okay.
Play the clip 11.
Because we've been battling.
Anyone else remember on the Lower East Side back in the 80s and 90s when people would say, poo-poo? My son doesn't believe me that people.
So what happened, Carlos?
So apparently, and I did check, there was a lot of comments about agreeing that they did say that in the LES. So I will eat my humble pie. I was wrong. Yeah, they did.
And what did Phil say?
They did watch it. That's how my friend wouldn't let me know he was outside.
Don't mess with the LES, baby! Boo-boo!
Whatever. I don't know. I think you guys are all in on the myth. You LESers.
Oh yeah, I'm getting all these people on the LES to just write lies.
No, you were right.
This is how we roll,
you were right. LES. It's a special place, I guess. It's a special place. But I think Gabe made a great point at home. He's like that the big meme, the Bing Bong, the meme with the guy, the construction worker. Have you ever seen that video?
No, I haven't seen that.
No, well, I guess, it's just a New York thing, I guess. New Yorkers are wild. So, listen, you were right, Coach, so I got to give you your props. But, hey, listen, we'll let everybody go. I appreciate you guys hanging out tonight. It's been a fantastic show. It's been great talking to you guys, and chat's been active. I love it. You guys are the best. Coach, you got anything else you want to let go?
No, just tune in next week.
Tune in next week, and make sure you guys like, subscribe on the YouTube channel. Go follow us on Instagram. Follow us on TikTok. Follow us on X. Follow us anywhere you can think of. We'll be there. So make sure you guys are tuning in, share our stuff, get it out there, and we appreciate you guys. Thank you guys so much. We'll see you guys next week.